Some more coming up, looks like, as we head through the weekend. Let's check out numbers, see how we did for the day on Thursday. Reagan National, a little bit cooler than the normal temperature.
Computer is offering a nice weekend.
Oh, weather computer looks pretty good, but not for folks down there along the Gulf Coast. Tropical storm Francis may end up getting upgraded to hurricane status by the time we get...
We've got a great weekend ahead.
Yeah, really nice temperatures and everything else. So let's check out numbers first, talk about how we did Friday. Things improved just like we thought that they would as we headed through the day. Dried out and got the sun out there in the afternoon, but wasn't too hot. Got to 83 at Reagan National. Normally 88, there's your record 103. That's from 1954. Got a great summer weekend coming up for sure, so you can certainly expect to see temps below normal into the 80s and nice blue skies with a whole lot of sunshine. So there's your forecast. You can tune now. Okay, so here we go for the rest of the forecast. 5 days going to look a lot like what we just saw, but here we go with the cloud cover. Kind of clearing out for the overnight, and we'll look to the day on Saturday with no precipitation. You can already see that we're in great shape here. Big dome of
this evening from the Power Weather Center.
She joins us now with the very latest. Steph?
Yeah, still pretty much concerned about that flooding out there. We're going to talk about some of the watches and warnings that have been in place as we head through the evening. You can see basically the flood warning still remains in effect for the D.C. metro area, all the NewsChannel 8 viewing area as well. That winter storm warning well out to our west, Winchester and beyond. And we're also dealing with the flood watch in the green areas. So lots of stuff still going on with this really big storm system.
Lloyd Stallworth, top weather stories for our Friday. We'll start in the northeast with a big cool down, still above average, but as we head to the weekend, more record warmth for the southeast and Santa Ana winds dealing with folks down in Southern California. As we continue on through the day, we'll look at the surface map with current conditions. We do have that frontal boundary that's been bringing some rainfall down from Texas, headed all the way back up toward the mid-Atlantic region. That's going to continue to make its move to the south and the east. That high pressure will move on offshore, and we will be seeing some showers move on through Atlanta and heading down toward Birmingham as we head over the next couple of hours. Otherwise, starting up in the northeast, we're going to be talking about that front that's already moved through there. Pennsylvania, New York, Philly, you guys are all doing pretty good right now. A little bit cooler temperature-wise as we head through the afternoon. That's the big change for us as we head through the weekend. Current temps right now at 64 in Washington, D.C. Still have yet to see the front go through. Meanwhile, Buffalo, you're at 48 already. That front has gone through your area. Seeing some cool downs, big differences from the record high temperatures that we had earlier this week for folks up in the northeast. Albany at 51, Burlington, you're at 45. Look at that, 37 in Caribou, Maine. So the cold temperature is definitely there. And we do have potential for a setup for some wintry weather. As we head through the weekend, perhaps some snowfall for folks anywhere from western New York State, north central Pennsylvania. So as we continue into the weekend, we're going to be looking at that. In the meantime, look at the temperature.
Well, I guess it's really not a toy, but my shark tank that I got in the...
Well, it's not real, is it?
Well, there is a shark down there, but no. It's all about the National Capital Boat Show. And, of course, Kimberly Hicks was down there. She'll be telling us some stuff in a minute.
In a second.
In a second, in fact. But they want some media types to go get in the shark tank with the sharks. I think that's what I think they asked me. We had some shark bait a little earlier, but some sharks must be around here because it's gone now. My empty bag of shark bait, unfortunately, but...
Wait a minute. They asked you to get into a tank with an actual shark.
I'm thinking that's what they mean, but maybe it's just a little joke like this. We'll see.
Virginia is for lovers is the new ad. I think you need to buy one of those tickets.
Oh,
I think you got something going there.
At least I live in the right state.
There you go.
I'm talking about some numbers. Got
Are we going to love those?
We're going to love that. Looks like this weekend. But we're going to deal with maybe some rain as we head through the next couple of afternoons or evenings. Check out numbers first. Talk about the almanac and see how we did for today on Wednesday. Folks who were out there standing in line were standing in some heat. 95 was the high. Hi, I'm Stephanie Lloyd. Finally decided to take the plunge and start my own business. And I'm going to work out of my home, so I've already cleared out some workspace. Now it's time for the fun part, buying stuff. Come on, let's go. Well, if you're like me, you tend to go overboard when you're shopping. So one of the first things you do is make yourself a list and a budget. And that way, you know how much you're going to spend. Now, what I did is determine some of the things that I need for my home office to get set up, and I'm going to stick with that. That way I don't break the bank. Now, one of the most essential items in any home office is going to be your personal computer. It's going to allow you to do your word processing, your accounting, and even play some games when the stress of running your business gets to be really too much. Now, you want to make sure that you get one of the more popular brands, maybe a Compaq or a Hewlett-Packard, and you even want to make sure that you have enough power in your computer. 32 megabytes of RAM, you need to get that. Also, a 200 megahertz processor, a 17-inch monitor. That'll pretty much allow you to see everything that you need to see, and about a 3-gig hard drive that way you can store all the information that you're going to need to store. And you're going to need software, too. That's your hardware package. For your software, you might want to try something like a Microsoft Office 97 Small Business Edition or even Lotus Smart Suite. 2 good software packages to get you started and let you do what you need to do. Now, all in all, you're going to have to spend some money. Expect to spend around $1,500 to $2,000 to get yourself started. Now, your modem, that's your link to the internet and electronic mail. It'll let you market your business on the web, communicate with current or potential customers. And if your computer doesn't have an internal modem, you can always get an external modem. A couple of brands to try, maybe US Robotics or Zoom. Just make sure it transmits and receives up to 56K. That's pretty important, and I'm still trying to decide. Now, when it comes to printing your documents, you can choose either a black and white printer or a color printer. Unless you just want black and white text, you might as well go ahead and get yourself a color printer. You can pick up a real good one for about $300 and get a real good photographic quality, too. Maybe Hewlett-Packard, Epson, or even Canon. Good choices. Now, here's the facts on fax machines. You can either try a thermal model that brings your faxes out on the curly paper, or the plain paper fax, which comes out on regular paper. I like the plain paper better, a lot easier for me to read, but you can try whatever one you like. In fact, thermal, a little bit less expensive sometimes. And you can try Brother, Panasonic. They're both good brands. If you want to reach out and touch your clients, obviously, you're going to need a telephone. AT&T, Uniden, Panasonic, all good brands to consider. Plus, make sure you get yourself a good answering machine. Can't miss those important business messages. And no doubt you've got a list of contacts that you want to organize into some kind of system. You might want to consider contact management software like ACT, Lotus Organizer, or Daytimer. Or you can use the old reliable standby, the Rolodex. A filing cabinet is nice to keep your files organized. Thanks, Rafaelito. And to keep your workspace streamlined and well organized, you're going to need some desktop accessories like your paper trays, tape dispenser, maybe a note holder, and even something for your business cards and your pencils. Well, so there you have it, the basics for setting up your home office. I stuck with my list, stayed within my budget. Now I'm ready to get down to business. Thanks again. Bye-bye.